What's up, curious people? Whether you've been keeping up with the drama or not, I'm sure that many of you have been hearing a lot about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard recently. The reason for this is that the two have been battling it out in the British courts for weeks now, and since the trial has come to an end now, let us give you a recap. So why are the two Hollywood stars in court in the first place anyways? What have Johnny's ex-partners testified? And what will the verdict be? Hit the bell and the subscription button and stay with me so I can bring you up to speed. This battle between Johnny and Amber has been going on for 4 long years. Every now and then during that period, either one of them would drop some new facts, and we'd all think we're closer to finding out what happened, but then, boom, someone somewhere releases more information contradicting everything that we knew, and so the whole thing would go on and on and on. If you want to know more about the Depp and Heard story, click on the link above. This current case in London is a libel suit against the tabloid The Sun. In a libel trial that lasted for 16 days, the Pirates of Caribbean actor sued the parent company of the newspaper over an article from 2018 which alleged that he abused his now ex-wife Amber Heard while the two were married. So that brings us up to the dealings of the court. Due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, 5 different courtrooms had to have been used for this case because of the social distancing rules in place. Depp was in the main courtroom with only the judge, a few clerks, and lawyers, while Heard was out of sight in an overheard public gallery and vice versa when Heard was the one on the stand. Right away, Depp was confronted over his use of illegal substances, his troubled childhood, and his notorious hotel trashing tantrum in New York. I mean, looking at Depp's past, they had quite the amount of dirt to bring up. Actress Ellen Barkin also testified as Johnny allegedly once threw a wine bottle at her. He denied it, saying that she only said this as she was holding a grudge. During the first day, Depp was the only one besides the aforementioned actress that testified. The case was filled with even more accusations as Heard's sister, Whitney Henriquez, testified. Once more, one of the main arguments in the case was Depp's well-known problems with illegal substances. Henriquez attributed those problems as the thing that caused Depp to allegedly abuse his wife. She was also claiming it all began when Amber laughed at Johnny's Vino Forever tattoo, which was a cover-up of his previous Winona Forever one. Of course, the Edward Scissorhands actor denied that said argument about his ink ever took place. Texts that Depp sent to fellow actor Paul Bettany were used as evidence, and based on what was contained in them, the actor did say that he might have done things he can't remember, but stressed that he's not a violent person. The following day focused more on the time when Mr. Depp was on his private island in the Bahamas as part of his detox. The court heard allegations that Amber was withholding much needed medications from her then fiancé, and the actor claimed that this was one of the cruelest things that she's ever done to him. Though, in contradiction to his statement, Sasha Wass, a lawyer for New Group newspapers, read out a series of text messages between Depp and his then mother-in-law, Paige Heard. In those texts, the actor was praising Heard for her dedication to helping him get better, as well as thanking Paige for the support of her family. Now, here things get a little bizarre. During the trial, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory actor brought up a defecation incident, which he called a fitting to the end of their relationship. The incident involved the pair's house cleaner finding feces in the couple's bed. Wass suggested that those could have been left there by Boo, one of the couple's Yorkshire Terriers, who had problems with their toilet habits, though Johnny said that he was convinced it was left there by either Mrs. Heard or one of her friends, as there was no way it could have been done by such a tiny dog. Jeez, guys, I'm saying this, but it all sounds crazy that I can't believe these words are actually coming out of my mouth. Depp's personal bodyguard, Malcolm Connolly, was also called to testify. He was questioned about Depp and Heard's honeymoon trip to Southeast Asia, an alleged fight that the two had during a train journey. And in an extract read from Amber's diary, she wrote how during a fight, Johnny allegedly tied his shirt around her neck. The bodyguard was asked if that argument took place at 3:30 in the morning. Well, he would have known about it, to which he replied that he wouldn't have. He also stated that he never saw Depp physically attack his wife at any point, and if he would not tolerate that, and it didn't matter if it was his boss or the Pope involved, though Connolly confessed that he did hear of instances where Heard attacked her husband. During the trial, Ben King, Depp's former estate manager, was called to testify. He was questioned about the night where the alleged altercation occurred between the married couple, which resulted in Johnny's fingertip being sliced off. Heard claims Depp injured himself while smashing a telephone that was on the wall after accusing his wife of cheating on him with Billy Bob Thornton. Johnny, on the other hand, claims that the injury was a result of Amber throwing a glass bottle at him, which shattered upon hitting the countertop and injured him. King, who was the one involved in the cleanup operation, said that he was the one to find the fingertips somewhere near the bar area. He also talked about Heard's claim and said that he did not have to replace any phones or that anything had been ripped off a wall in the first place. Though he also said that he saw some cuts on Amber's arms, and when asked if they seemed fresh, he said that they were enough for him to tell her to pull her sleeves down. Both of Johnny's ex-long-term partners were allegedly supposed to be called to appear on the witness stand via a video call, had been called off by Depp's legal team, though their original statements were made public. First, it was Winona Ryder, who was engaged to Depp for 3 years, since the start of 1990. The Stranger Things star revealed that she was absolutely shocked by the claims against Johnny and that he was never violent towards her or anybody else during the years that they were together. However, she did stress that she was speaking from her own experience, as she was not around Depp and Heard during the time of their marriage. Excerpts from Vanessa Paradis' statement were also published. The French singer was in a relationship with Depp for 14 years, and the pair have 2 children together. Just like Winona, Paradis claims that the Pirates of the Caribbean actor was never violent with her nor anyone else. She also states that the claims by Mrs. Heard were distressing and only caused Depp's career to suffer, and as I quote, "People have gone on to believing these false facts." So that's 2 of Johnny's ex-partners that claim that not once has the actor been violent with them or around them. Do you guys think that something changed in between their breakups and Depp getting together with Heard? Alejandro Romero, a concierge at the Eastern Columbia building where Depp and Heard lived in a penthouse, had also testified as a witness via a written statement. He spoke about the fact that the Tesla founder Elon Musk would regularly come to visit Miss Heard between 11 p.m. and midnight. He mentioned how at first Amber would call him and tell him to give Musk access to the garage and then send him up to the penthouse, but in the end, she gave him his own remote to access the parking as well as the fob to be able to enter the apartment. He also added that Elon would only visit when Johnny was away. Further in his statement, Romero adds that he never saw any cuts, bruises, or swelling on Heard when he saw her on the 25th of May of 2016, because allegedly on the 21st, Depp threw a phone at Amber during an argument. Though, when called by Mrs. Heard to check the penthouse to make sure it was safe and that no one was there, Alejandro claims that he never saw anything that was a cause of concern. And speaking about Heard and Musk, according to court documents, the Justice League star thought that Elon, who she was seeing while still married to Depp, was controlling. A family friend, Jennifer Howell, claims that Heard's mother, Paige, told her how the Tesla founder had gifted her daughter a Tesla, or more, as it was unclear if it was more than one. She also revealed that Amber, though they were all bugged about it because he was spending on her. Her mother also claimed that compared to Musk, Johnny was an angel or a saint. That's a little paranoid, don't you think? Or do you think she might have had a reason to think that? When it was Heard's turn to testify on the stand, she spoke of incidents that she thought were so severe and that she thought that Depp was going to end her life. She detailed the abuse, which was both mental as well as physical, specifically mentioning an incident that took place in a hotel in Tokyo of 2015. During the trial, she also compared Depp to a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde-like person, that allegedly the abuse was not caused by him but someone she referred to as the monster. She said that he would often speak as if it was a third-person party and doing all of those things not himself. She also said how, in a way, Depp's team would guilt trip her into coming back to him during their relationship by telling her that he was sorry and that he promised he would get clean for her. Another reason that Heard said she would go back to him was that in a way she felt responsible for him after she was told she was his motivation to get better. During one of the trial days where Heard was testifying, Eleanor Laws, who was representing Depp, brought up the stairs incident. She mentioned that on that very day the couple was having an argument, but it was Heard that struck Depp in the face. The Aquaman star admitted to the act of violence but claimed it was in defense of her sister, Whitney Henriquez. Amber claimed that Johnny was going to push her sister down the stairs, and at that moment she remembered hearing rumors that he had previously done this to then-partner Kate Moss. Then Laws mentioned that when speaking of the alleged incident back in 2016, not once has Heard mentioned Moss. She also accused the actress of making this up as she's going along. The court also heard several texts between Amber and her mother in which she described Depp as violent and crazy, and that she was heartbroken that this is who she loved. She spoke of a 2013 incident where he allegedly struck her over a painting that she had up in her house that was painted by Heard's ex, Tysa Van Ree, an allegation that Depp of course denied. Originally, she said that the incident took place on March 8th, but then considered the correct date to have been March 22nd. While on the stand, Amber also testified that when he was sober, Johnny was the loving and generous person everyone claimed he was. Depp's lawyers also claim that they had provided with video from an anonymous source which showed Heard and her sister on a reality program which allegedly showed Amber attack her sister, and in the video one person is heard asking, "Did you get into a fight?" and then later saying, "I can't believe Amber beat your ass," and Depp's lawyers use this as evidence toward Mrs. Heard's abusive side. This long trial is one of the biggest media trials in the last few years, and it has come to an end. Unfortunately, we will not know the full verdict of the court case until at least September though, of course, and this is not stopping from tabloids and fans of the actor speculating on social media. So my curious friends, what do you think of all this? Are both parties at fault here? And is there a side that you believe more than the other? Or do you just want to wait until the verdict is announced to make up your mind? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you tomorrow!